This November, San Francisco voters will decide on a bond measure to improve school facilities.
It is the costliest bond ever to go before voters in the city, $790 million. This, as the school district is in the midst of a financial crisis.
Yeah, ABC 7 News Building a Better Bay Area reporter Lan Melendez is here with information that raises, Lan, some serious questions about how the school district has spent money from past bond measures. A lot of money.
That's right, and we know so. And a lot of people asking, is this the right moment to put a bond measure given the financial situation that the district is in? Now, meanwhile, the school district says it will decide which schools need to be closed or consolidated over the summer. Then they will decide which schools will see those renovations. Let me add that the school district has never lost a bond measure. It only requires 55% voter approval. But this time, because there is weak voter confidence, it is not a slam dunk.
Bonds to renovate school facilities are and always will be a never-ending cost.
When I used to campaign for these bonds, people used to always say to us, when is enough? When are you going to stop asking for money? And I would always say, never. When are you going to stop fixing your house?
The longest-serving school board commissioner, now retired, recalls the track record of some of these bonds. It hasn't always been stellar. In the 1990s, under then Superintendent Bill Rojas, there was a history of improper spending practices with bond money. Here's what the incoming superintendent at the time, Arlene Ackerman, told the Chronicle in May 2000. Basically, there were no control systems in place. Documents had been destroyed or were missing. Decisions were made that were clearly outside of what voters had approved. Since then, the bond expenditure process has been more transparent until 2016, when voters passed a $744 million bond. In that bond, school modernization projects and kitchen upgrades were promised and, for the most part, successfully delivered. But some of those promises failed. Supervisor Shaman Walton, who represents the Bayview District, was a school board commissioner at that time.
There was talk about a new school in the southeast sector of San Francisco because we have all the development and all the new housing coming. So there are things that were in that bond that we don't see coming up as a priority anymore.
In 2016, voters also liked that the Ruth Asawa School of the Arts would be finally relocated to the heart of the Performing Arts District. $100 million was set aside while the district attempted a now unsuccessful fundraising campaign. Bond money was even used for the architectural drawings of the new school.
The district was supposed to start a campaign to raise money.
Yes.
Did they drop the ball? Was the effort not there, in your opinion?
They did not have either the administration or the development people or the fundraising capacity to do that.
Phil Halperin is the co-chair of the proposed bond measure.
How are people going to trust you this time around?
I think the school district acted very fiduciarily and fiscally intelligently by not investing so much money in one particular school.
Instead, the money for the Ruth Asawa School was used to fund other projects, including the construction of a new school in Mission Bay that wasn't even included in the initial 2016 bond. Susan Stoddard is the school district's former artistic director.
I don't know, as a voter, how I feel about voting over and over again for something and being told it just disappeared, it just went away. It becomes a trust issue.
ABC 7 News also discovered that there was little oversight of how the 2016 bond money was being spent. Because of the pandemic, it was nearly impossible to recruit people who would serve on the Citizens Bond Oversight Committee known as CBOC and required by law. It wasn't until the summer of 2021 that a new committee was finally formed.
For several years, this bond program not only did not have a CBOC as required by law, it was not producing audited annual reports, which is the absolute bare minimum, not merely required by law, but that any reasonable person should expect would be provided for the public.
Last year, that committee found that the school district used 2016 bond money to defend against a lawsuit after the school board voted in 2019 to cover up murals at George Washington High School. What is known is that SFUSD faces a financial crisis not seen in years. The state has warned the district that schools may have to close or be consolidated. This leaves voters with the obvious question.
You're in a crisis. You can't afford things. Why are you asking us to do this? And they need a good answer for that.
The good news is that the school bond program operates alongside the rest of the school district's finances. It is managed separately, both from an operational perspective and financial perspective.
Regarding that 2016 bond measure, nothing the district has done has been illegal, except that voters have told us that when they vote for something, they trust that the district will be true to their word, and they believe they haven't always been truthful.